One of the biggest changes in my life that happened was that after learning about the mind-body connection, how emotions can cause real physical symptoms, and also the conditioned response, the learned neural pathways, I was so surprised that I had not learned this before, considering that I was a professional dancer. I had danced my entire life up to that point. I had studied sports medicine, physical therapy, injury prevention, kinesiology, everything in order to keep me dancing as long as I could so that I would never get injured and never miss a show. Despite learning all of that and being surrounded by also the top healthcare practitioners in New York City and all the dancers who also recommend all these alternative treatments of, oh, have you tried this and that? Despite all of that, I did not realize that the brain can cause real physical symptoms even without a structural cause like an injury or organ disease, like in my case, I was worried about colon cancer. Even without that, you can still have these physical symptoms. And when I realized this, I thought, okay, A, how did I not know? B, people should know. C, I need to do everything I can to help raise awareness so that other people can have this information in an accessible way. Because while this can be a lot for people to come to terms with, and being in this field a little bit, I see that a lot of people, they don't want to hear it. And that's okay, as long as whatever they're doing is working for them, okay. But I know that there are people who are desperate for this information. I know I was. What I was doing even before I was with the PPDA was raising awareness, and in the way that I could, just sharing my story, getting the information out there, linking to resources. And now I'm so excited that I'm working for the Psychophysiologic Disorders Association, because this is the only nonprofit in the world that is advancing the diagnosis and treatment of stress-induced medical conditions. I mean, when you think about that, we have a tough road ahead of us, but this is a wonderful team that I'm working with. All these amazing healthcare practitioners and patient advocates, and we set our standards high. Our mission is to end the chronic pain epidemic and opioid crisis. So these are pretty monumental tasks, but what we now know is that we can do this. It is possible to end this needless suffering. Not all things in the world can be fixed, or not all things in the world can be fixed so easily, but this is something that we can do. And this is the way that healthcare is going to move forward, regardless of how people feel about it. You know, healthcare change is coming. And I love being a part of this team at the PPDA because we both help practitioners learn more so that we're increasing access to patient care around the world. For someone like myself years ago to go to their healthcare provider and that they, instead of saying, right here, herniated disc, sorry, you'll never dance again. Instead, they're going to say, what is going on in your life? What was going on in your life at the time these symptoms started? And that's going to lead them to recovering much faster without all the stress that they would have otherwise gone through without this. It's going to reduce the cost of treating chronic pain and medically unexplained symptoms, the $635 billion annually spent just in the US alone, just for chronic pain, let alone everything else that PPD ties into. And most importantly, I mean, again, not only is this safer than surgery, steroids, opioids, and a lot of alternative medicine, you know, different things have their risks versus reward, but it's more effective. And what we need right now is a solution. What the PPDA offers to both patients and practitioners is a viable solution. It's evidence-based. It's been researched for 50+ years. And we link a lot of that on our website. There's annotated and indexed bibliography of published research studies that kind of across the board shows why other treatments weren't working, why our approach has evidence base behind it. We have resources that we offer to patients. We help them find their practitioners in their area, and we help them have the resources they need to begin their recovery from home. Because patient recovery from home is possible. I know, because it happened to me, and it happens to a lot of people, and thank goodness for it. This should have happened a long time ago, but it's happening now. And everyone who supports the PPDA and what we do is standing up for that improvement in healthcare. And we're all working towards ending chronic pain in the opioid epidemic. And it's possible, and we're gonna do it. Might take 10 years, but the more that we can get there, we're gonna do it. Yeah.